I'm about to try over 80 Epcot Festival food items. Prepare yourself! Guys, I feel so bad right now. Our Payless princess, Cinderella, really wanted to come to the Food and Wine Festival. And of course, Lady Tremaine locked her up in that dusty, crusty attic. And she said, Cinderella, you're gonna stay here and Swiffer wet jet the floors while I eat Yorkshire pudding at the UK booth and some Schlugendorf pie at the IKEA booth. She's such a monster, poor Cindy cannot catch a break. And her feet stink. Someone help her. I am here reporting live from Epcot's Food and Wine Festival 2024. In case if you're new here, I am a food critic, not a professional one. I didn't go to college for it. My taste buds just naturally know. It's a gift. And I'm gonna be taste testing every food item from this year's festival, literally every single one. Besides seafood, you guys know I don't like seafood, so I am skipping the seafood items. It just wouldn't be fair to the items if I critique them, you know, because I'm automatically gonna be disgusted. Also, Ariel told me that she does not appreciate us eating her friends. She said they're all off limits besides Ursula, because that's a juicy piece of calamari. Enjoy it. Also, I'm not gonna be taste testing any of the drinks. First of all, it'll be too pricey. And I'm also just not a wine person. In case if you didn't know, I have had the gout. It actually wasn't from wine. It was from eating 60 turkey pepperonis. But I just don't think that wine would help my situation, you know? Anyways, with all that said, think of this video as a food and wine festival guide if you're not eating seafood and you're not gonna buy any drinks. Everything else will be covered and critiqued, so get ready. It's gonna be quite the event. I think I have 80 plus items to try, and I'm giving myself 5 days to do it. So I'm so hyped to feast, to bloat, and let me know if you guys want me to cover the other Epcot food festivals throughout the year, if you like this, you know? Speaking of that, give this video a big thumbs up if you're enjoying it. It's the easiest way to support little old me and my whole career. Also subscribe. I make food content, theme park food, traveling food. That sounds weird. It sounds like Sisterhood of the Traveling Food and restaurant food. Yeah, let's get started. Sweat is dripping into my eye. It's gonna be a great day. Before we get started, I just wanted to let you guys know that I did have to confront someone later in the video. I'm not exaggerating, I'm not joking. This has never happened to me before, and you better stay tuned because it's quite the suspenseful moment and you're gonna be shook. I know I was. Anyways, back to the video. I always have to start every Epcot video with a couple shots of the giant golf ball. I truly adore this, and I see you golfers out there. This one's for you. Keep on, and you're slaying it. Cinematographer Timmy was truly eating. Look at the shot of the bird flying. That was on purpose, obviously. He knew that would happen, and he said, I'm gonna make film history, and I'm gonna capture this majestic bird right now. The Alps. So at the Alps, I got the warm raclette Swiss cheese with alpine ham. There's also a version without ham if you don't like pig. And I also got the dark chocolate fondue. The bread with the blob of cheese is cute, but the presentation is just a little disappointing. But the fondue is stunning. The tiny little pot with the little dippy thingies, I can't. This is so adorable. This is what Mickey eats out of. The Alps are eating. It's giving Julie Andrews with a bowl cut twirling on a hill. Obsessed. So let's first try this. What was it? Fromage? A warm raclette, Swiss cheese with alpine ham. So this is a raclette, I guess, this piece of bread, which is like Baguette's cousin who lives in the mountains. Let's just take a piece of it. It is kind of pre-cut, so that's very nice. Now the Swiss cheese seems to have some like potatoes underneath. Oh, that's a big blob of cheese. We also have a ham. We have a gherkin. Not the gherkin. Okay, we're gonna add her. Add a potato. Is there anything else hiding underneath this cheese? Okay, I think that's just an, oh! It's dirty now, so we can't eat it. That's surprisingly delicious. You wouldn't think that a starchy potato would go with a yeasty piece of bread, but it somehow does. Like, sorry, it somehow does. People were looking at me when I made that noise. I'm sorry. It somehow works. The ham kind of tastes like any old deli lunch meat, but we're fine with that. It doesn't really have an Alps flavor. I expected it to taste a little bit like a mountain. Now the Swiss cheese is the star here. It's very potent, but it's not too sharp. It just has a really good salty Swiss flavor. And the bread honestly tastes like sourdough to me. Everything together is really, really flavorful and hearty and filling. So if you want a little filling snack, this is for you. Now it's time for the fondue. Oh, that's a meringue. I thought it was whipped cream. Who likes meringue? I don't like meringue. To me, it just tastes like cotton candy that's been petrified. Let's first try a blackberry with this gorgeous chocolate fondue. Now strawberry. I'm slobbering. Now what is this? Who is she? Is this a garnish or is this a fruit? It tastes like a huevo. Why is it giving past chicken? I am never eating one of these again. It tastes almost oceanic. And I know that I'm a Moana stan, but girlies, I don't like the flavor. Now let's try the shortbread. These are adorable. Oh my goodness. So the chocolate sauce is so rich. It's silky, it's not too sweet, and it's not too dark chocolatey. A lot of fondues can be very dark chocolatey. This is like a mix between milk and dark. The shortcake is a little dry for me. It's kind of chalky. It said, girl, give me a sidewalk. I'm gonna draw. I forgot to mention, I'm gonna score each booth from 1 to 10. So I'm giving the Alps a very nice 7. I wasn't amazed by either thing, but I do feel like they're pretty strong. As strong as a mountain. Okay, Australia. People are looking at me. Australia. It's time to go down under, love. So this is the Australian menu. They do have a shrimp dish. It's called grilled bushberry spiced shrimp skewer. So if you're into shrimps, you can try that. I got the roasted lamb chop with mint pesto and crushed salt and vinegar potato chips, and the lamington yellow cake with raspberry filling, chocolate frosting, and coconut. Australia is giving giant spider attacking me. Australian creatures actually really terrify me, but what doesn't terrify me is a lamb, because Mary told me that she had a lot of them. Hi, future editing Timmy here. For some reason, past filming, Timmy thought that the lyrics to Mary Had a Little Lamb were Mary Had a Lot of Lambs, and that's why he made that joke. He needs to get it together. So let's try this lamb chop. Now, just to be totally transparent, I have tried this before. So about a year ago, when I just started becoming a Disney influencer, now I'm a professional one, I came to the Food and Wine Festival for 1 day, and I tried like 9 items, and I guess a few of them are repeated this year, so I have tried this. I don't remember if I liked it or not. Let's see. Oh. Girlies, I think this lamb really liked salt. It is so extremely salty that I don't know if I can take another bite, just because I'm already a very bloated person. I do like the flavor of the lamb. You might be thinking, Timmy, what does lamb taste like? It tastes like cow. It tastes like a farm animal. I don't know, it just has a beefy flavor to me, but it's quite tender. It's a little blubbery, but not too bad. Love the mint pesto. It isn't too minty, it's not giving Colgate. It's just almost like a minty chimichurri, and the salt and vinegar chips add extra salt. But overall, it's just inedible. It's too salty. So would I get it again? No, never. This is my second time and my last time. Now let's try this lamington cake. This looks delicious. Look at the raspberry goop gooping out of it. Ooh, so fluffy. Wait, are they siblings? This is a lamb, this is a lamington. They just have different daddies. This is incredible. The yellow cake is so soft. And for some reason, yellow cake tastes so much better than like plain vanilla cake. It's so extremely moist. The raspberry filling is a little bit tart, and it's more of a raspberry syrup. It isn't too jammy. It just adds that freshness that the cake needs. And then the chocolate isn't too sweet either. Overall, it's just not too sweet. And the coconut adds a nice little texture. Very, very good. Love this cake. So I'm gonna give Australia 5 out of 10, because that lamb chop dragged this gorgeous piece of cake down. You know, I heard Mary talking about you. She said, I'm extremely disappointed.
I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. How dare you?
Waffle. Belgium is serving beer braised beef with smoked Gouda mashed potatoes and a waffle with 2 different topping options, a warm chocolate ganache or a berry compote. I chose the berry topping because it sounded a little healthier, and you guys know I live a very healthy, grounded, organic lifestyle. The beer braised beef isn't the most gorgeous dish, but I don't judge a beer braised beef by its cover. So I don't know if you've heard, but Belgium's really good at making waffles. It's like their thing, you know, it's like how I'm a taste tester, they make waffles. So I'm excited to try this. But first, let's try this braised beef with Gouda mashed potatoes. They better be good. Sorry. Okay. Oh. There's people looking at me now. Oh my goodness. I just laughed at me. That braised beef is incredible. It tastes like a 5-star restaurant beef. I'm not even joking. It's so slow cooked and so tender. And the flavor is kind of like a classic wine, pot roast, rich Worcestershire sauce vibe. Who named it that? I would like to have a word with you because that word is too long. And then the Gouda mashed potatoes are Gouda-y. They have a slight smokiness, but they have more of a sweet cream flavor to them. And it goes so well together. That's fantastic. I love it. Now it's time for the main event, the waffle. Ooh, it's soft. Also, you might be wondering, Timmy, where did you get that gorgeous bracelet? I'll explain it in a second. They're really good at what they do. That is the fluffiest waffle I think I've ever had in my 30 years on this crust of earth. It's also crunchy on the outside, but the crunchiness is like thin. It's like an airy crunchiness. And it has a classic vanilla waffle flavor. The whipped cream is eating, and the berries taste like a pie filling. Fantastic. Belgium so far is my favorite. I'm giving them a very strong 10 out of 10. Now let me explain this. So guys, I think I've peaked in my career. In the last hour and a half, I have gotten recognized 3 times by you guys. Three. That's never happened to me before. I feel like a real Disney influencer. And the girl that made this, look, it says Timmy. She told me that she made this bracelet in the hopes that she would see me today. There was a huge chance that she wasn't gonna see me. And the fact that she still made this and she gave it to me, I was so grateful. I was so shocked. It's the prettiest bracelet ever. It has all these little beads and it's giving Swiftie. Maybe she was a Swiftie. Love the Swifties. Love you guys. It just made my whole day. So on to the next stop. Brazil. So Brazil only has 2 food options on the menu. We have the iconic Brazilian cheesy bread, never had Epcot's version, and it's actually called pão de queijo. And then we also have some black beans and rice with pork belly called feijão. Oh my gosh, I can't. I'm half Cuban. Timmy, get a hold of yourself. Feijoada. Period. Guys, the moment that I stopped filming at the Waffle House, another one of you recognized me, so thank you so much. It's just making my whole day. I'm like, chicken. Let's try this Brazilian cheesy bread. I love Brazilian cheesy bread, so I'm so hyped. The cheese. Oh no. My mic isn't on. Hold on. Is that better, Johnny? Sorry about that, guys. I'm a mess. There's a lot going on, but I'm live, laugh, loving. This cheese is so squishy. It is so satisfying to bite into. It's salty. And then the outside is like a very light breadiness, but it's very thin. So this is like mostly cheese. Oh my gosh, it's perfection. Now it's time for the pork belly with the black beans and rice. First the black beans and rice. I don't want to litter. Hold on. Oh, you're still here. Oh, again. Stop this madness. Okay. Wait, what happened? Hello, I'm here. Do you see me? Hello? The black beans and rice are fine. They both kind of taste processed in a sense. Like the rice tastes like one of those 90-second rice packets, like, so they're too loud. Were you know what I mean? Oh yeah, you can take that. Of course. The beans do have a nice hammy flavor to them and they're smoky, but they also taste a little processed to me. I don't know, I'm not blown away. Oh. Almost got blown away. Sorry. Now let's try the pork belly. You guys know I'm not the biggest pork belly fan just because a lot of the times it's a blob of blubber, but let's see. No, that's not blubber. That's meat. Oh my gosh, that tastes like a Cuban Christmas pork, but just a little chewier. It has all that pig swine goodness. It's a little bit greasy, but it's very nice. And unlike the beans and rice, it tastes... That was a roar. Aslan, stop possessing me. Okay, let me just try another section of it. Oh, wait. Oh, okay. There's the blubber. There she is. We missed you. Because of that, I probably wouldn't get this again, but that one bite of actual meat that I got was very, very good. And the chimichurri on top is very flavorful and limey. So overall, I'm going to give Brazil a 6 out of 10. The cheesy bread really, really eats. Bramblewood Bites. I don't even know if it's British food. The booth is giving wood, cherry oak, Home Depot, possibly even Lowe's. The menu had a grilled cider brined pork tenderloin with fennel apple slaw and apple cider gastrique. Grilled bison, how adventurous, with butternut squash puree, roasted mushrooms, and huckleberry gastrique. Also, they had cast iron roasted Brussels sprouts and root vegetables. Of course, I got all 3. And I know you're laughing at the meat portions. Look at the bison with those crazy looking mushrooms. It's It's giving like someone just foraged all these materials in the forest. It's very that. Okay, so first of all, I'm very scared to try the bison. I don't think I've ever had bison. What is bison? Who is she? Is it a type of like a moose? Oh, it's that thing. I've seen, oh, there's a bee on my table. No, wait, that's not a bee. It's a fly? What is that? It looks like a fly beetle, a mutant. This is a bison. Okay. Hairy mama. So I'm gonna be eating that in a second, but first let's try the pork tenderloin and the Brussels sprouts. Now, I was very embarrassed because this is a tiny amount. Like this is a laughably small amount. This is 2 bites of pork, barely any apple slaw, and a purple Barney themed leaf. They could have given me some more slaw or something. I don't, very small. And I was embarrassed because you guys know, if I'm not 100% pleased with something, unless if it's like horrible or like disgusting, I'm not gonna speak up. Anyways, the customer next to me said, "Where's your meat?" And I was like, huh? And she was like, "There's like nothing on your plate." And I was like, "Shut up, please." She said it so loud, everyone was staring at me. And then she was like, "It's kind of stingy." It just made me feel like I said it, and I didn't say it. I said it. Anyways, I love dill, but this is a lot of it. It looks like hair. I'm gonna put it over here. It's giving bison. Let's try the pork tenderloin with some apple slaw. Oh, our 2 big bites. Blessings, blessings. That's so good. Now I wish I had more of it. Oh, that's so delicious. The pork is so incredibly tender, and it has such a gorgeous smoked charcoaly outside flavor, and then the inside is very light. To me, pork tenderloin is like the chicken of pig, in the sense that it's like, it has such a light flavor in the way that chicken does. It's like the part of the pork that's like, I'm a bit more timid, I'm a bit more shy, but I'm still delicious. And then the apple slaw added the perfect amount of sweetness to go with that smokiness from the pork. Delicious. I just wish it was 10 times bigger. Now let's try this veggie blend. Mm. 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 Oh. Oh, wow. Some of the best veggies I've ever had. What I love is that the pecans are so crunchy. I don't like a soggy pecan. And they're like completely glazed in the sweetness. The Brussels sprouts are also sweet, and they have that kind of singed flavor to them. Very tender. Incredible vegetables. I'm shook. So you might be wondering, Timmy, how did you carry 3 different plates to your table? I can only carry 2 because I do have 2 hands. I'm a human of this earth. I don't have 3. So I did go back to Bramblewood Bites, and I got the bison, and I sat back down in the same spot. So that's what I have to do when a place has more than 2 items to try. Anyways, this looks good. I feel like they're a little bit more generous with their bison portion. I guess because the bison is bigger and hairier. You know, they're like, we can give away more of it. Honestly, bison is kind of giving the beast. Is he based on a bison? He's not the bison, Gaston. You are. Come on, Belle. Keep on reading. So this is sweet potato puree, mushrooms, which we're not going to eat. I don't eat mushrooms. I don't like them. They're fungi. And then this is huckleberry gastrique. It's another fancy word for sauce, I guess. It's in the same category as reduction, drizzle, and globs. Oh. It tastes like a beast, that's for sure. That is my first bite of bison in my 30 years on this crust of earth, and it's not giving what I thought it would give. I thought it would just give cow, but I guess apparently it's not a cow. They definitely don't taste related. It's not bad per se. It has just a different flavor that's hard to describe. It's kind of giving sweet, beefy burp. There's just a weird sweetness and a slight gaminess that I'm just not used to. I'm a city boy, what can I say? The sweet potato puree by itself tastes nice, sweet, light, delicate, a little bit salty. Let's try these huckleberry thingies by themselves. Tastes like a blueberry gone wrong, but like, it's still kind of good. I kind of like it. It's like a very sour blueberry with a hint of like prune, just a hint. I don't think bison's for me, but I'm glad I tried it once so that now when someone offers it, I can say, stop it. No, no, no. I just realized that I forgot to score. And I am gonna give it a high score because the first 2 items slayed me. And the bison wasn't bad per se. I just realized I don't like bison, but that doesn't mean it's a bad meat, a bad animal. Therefore, I'm gonna give Bramblewood Bites an 8 out of 10. Brew House Lab at the Odyssey. Of course, past filming, Timmy got the name wrong, but I'm not even disappointed. At this point, I expect him to mess up
everything.
The Brew-Wing Lab at the Odyssey has traditional buffalo wings, peanut butter and jelly sticky wings, garlic parmigiano reggiano wings. Giada! I told you, you can't just jump out of me like that anymore. Impossible buffalo chicken tenders with blue cheese crumbles, unnecessarily spicy yet extremely tasty Carolina Reaper pepper curry wings, and fried pickle spears. And guess what, girlies? This is one of the only booths that's inside. This is game changing, this is life changing, and this is definitely sweat changing. My sweat glands can finally take a break. This is what all the food looks like. What do we think? A lot of oranges, a lot of crispy colors, a lot of oils glistening in the sunlight. I saw that they had trays at the front, so I assumed that I could take a tray to my table, right? And I was like, oh my gosh, I don't have to order things separately. I can order everything at once and then just take it all at once. So I ordered everything, and then when it came, it was on a tray, and I went to grab it, and they very nicely told me that they don't allow people to take the trays. But the lady was super nice, and she took my tray of food to the table that I wanted, and she plopped it all off here. So let's first try the fried pickles. These look incredible. They look very crispy. They have some sort of a sauce on them. Oh. Those fried pickles are ridiculous. They are just as good as the best fried pickles that I've ever had. I actually got them in my last video at Disney Springs at the Edison. Come on, Thomas, the train. These taste almost the exact same. Super juicy on the inside. The breading is thin, so crispy, not greasy at all. It has a strong dill flavor, and the sauce on top is almost like a dill flavored mayonnaise. So it's stunning, it's radiant. Buzz Lightyear needs to chill. Why is he making so many noises? I'm just realizing now that this is a lot of food. I should have invited my beloved wife, Tammy, and our 10 kids. Tammy loves wings. She says,
If it's got a wing on it, I'm gonna eat it.
she says it just like that. Anyways, let's try the original buffalo wings. Okay. Those are good. I feel like they have a cousin named Tyson who has had some influence on them, and maybe they need some new friends, because these wings are giving kind of frozen wing, but like a good quality frozen wing, like from the pricey aisle, but they're not giving restaurant fresh wing, to be honest. Now the sauce is a different story. The sauce is perfection. It's perfectly spicy, perfectly vinegary, has that classic buffalo flavor. Love it. But the wing itself, I feel, is not at the quality that Mickey Rat expects, you know? Now let's try the garlic parm. I do not care. You didn't see that. That wasn't me, that was a ghost. I don't care if these wings are related to Tyson. I can't even tell, because the sauce on these garlic parmesan wings is so magnificent. It really is everything you could ever want. It has such a sharp parmesan flavor, and it doesn't have that overly buttery oil flavor that a lot of garlic parm wings have. People always mess them up, but Mickey didn't. Now let's try the peanut butter and jelly wings. Now I did try these last year. It was one of the few items that I did try, and I think I remember liking them, but I don't remember what they taste like. So let's see. They're very sticky. Ooey goo. You might be thinking, Timmy, you like peanut butter and jelly wings? What kind of a monster are you? A monster that wants to live an exciting life. Past Timmy was right for once. Those are very nice. You know, you would think that it would be disgusting because peanut butter and jelly on a bird that used to fly, that sounds vile. But for some reason, the sauce isn't too sweet. It has a very strong peanut flavor in the same way that like pad thai has a peanut flavor. So it works. And then the jelly flavor is kind of in the background, but you can definitely taste it. It just doesn't take over. And it complements the peanut butter. They're very nice. Okay. Now, I'm kind of nervous for the next two items. These are Impossible chicken tendies. I have taste tested a lot of Impossible meats. I know that it is possible that they have flavor, and I've liked most of them. That's not my issue. My issue is the fact that it has blue queso, blue mold, blue mildew from a shower. I do not like blue cheese, and I'm terrified. Now, I couldn't back out of this because the only rule is no seafood. I can't start saying I'm not gonna have anything with mushrooms, I'm not gonna have anything with blue cheese, because then it would just not be right. So I have to try these. I'm gonna try to get one with as little blue cheese as possible, but if there's a crumb, I think that will actually be good for me and my growth as a human being. So I'm gonna grab this one, okay? I think that there's a few crumbs. Let's see how it tastes. Okay, there's like no blue cheese on there. In the words of Brandy, impossible. These are good. That tastes like real life chicken. It tastes like it used to have feathers. Now, it doesn't taste like high quality chicken. It tastes like a cheap patty type of chicken tender. You know what I'm talking about? But a good one, once again. It's actually quite crispy. Once again, the buffalo sauce ate. But I do feel like if I don't try a piece of blue cheese, it's like cheating. So I feel like I have to. I don't think I've ever had a blue cheese crumble by itself. Ever. Okay, why don't I eat it with the celery? Just to make it go down a little easier. I'm scared. You guys know what blue cheese has done to me in the past? Okay, I'm gonna try the blue cheese. Okay, it's not as bad as I thought it would be. It's really not. I didn't despise it. I did hate it, but I didn't despise it. Did he just say, don't you hate vloggers? It's fine. He can think whatever he wants. What am I gonna do about it? I'm gonna keep filming, keep being me, keep chewing. And that's that. Let's try the Carolina Reaper wings. So what are these wings called again? Guys, I feel a little awkward. The wings are called unnecessarily spicy yet extremely tasty Carolina Reaper pepper curry wings. I love curry, I love spicy, but I'm scared this could even be too much for me. And I'm an alpha. A lot of you can't say the same. I'm pretty sure this is blue cheese dressing on it, globbed on there. So I'm just gonna get one from beneath because I think I've had enough blue cheese for the day. Oh my God, oh my God. I don't have a drink. What's wrong with me? Common sense. Okay, you know what? Sorry? Bloggers are worth it. Bloggers are worth what? Dog? I mean, I'm just doing this so I can make money because it's my job. I think we should all try to be kind to each other. We're in a magical place, and I was here first, so, I'm making it unimagical? I was here first, so if you want to eat somewhere else, you can. Okay? I don't have a problem with anybody. You're the one that came to me. Anyways, I need a pickle. Bye. Bye, sir. What's this problem? I'm very proud of myself. I never speak up for myself, and I just ate that. I was so shook by the evil I encountered that I forgot to critique the super spicy wing. It was extremely spicy. My lips were singeing as I put that man in his place. I'm just glad that they were super spicy because I like things that are promoted as super spicy to actually be super spicy. Anyways, Brew House Wings, whatever lab, whatever it's called, was mostly good. So I'm giving it a very nice 7 out of 10. And don't worry, girlies, we're gonna talk about what just happened in a second. Ariel's friends. So this is Coastal Eats. It is all oceanic creatures and creations. So I did not eat anything here, but I did want to show you guys the menu in case if you're interested in a lobster tail or a jumbo shrimp kraken. Earth Eats. Sorry, that's just me breathing in the oxygen from all the green earthy plants around me. They have a red wine braised beef short rib with goat cheese polenta and puttanesca sauce and a lemon poppy seed cake with lemon icing. Yes, there is a whole flower on the cake, and yes, the cashier told me it's edible, and I'm suspecting it's part of the tulip family. And look at this short rib with all this puttanesca sauce. Oh my goodness, it's like almost like a soup. Now this is a portion. That's a whole meal right there. That has me shook. I didn't expect the food to look like this. I expected like grass with a little bit of a dirt reduction or a gastric. But guess what? This is actual food. First, guys, I do feel like I have to address what happened yesterday. It was my first confrontation And you guys know I'm not used to that. I'm a very peaceful person. But this dark-sided man noticed my camera the moment that he saw me, and he still chose to stand behind me so that he could taunt me while I was filming. And I just felt very attacked. I feel very attacked. I felt very attacked. And in my grown-up life, I have never, ever confronted someone like that, but he just kept talking, so I did turn around. And I did tell him that I was here first, so if he wants to leave, he can. And guess what? He left. I won. I'm the winner. I'm the champion. Who would come for little old me? Some people are just as bitter as a grapefruit rind. And anyways, let's start eating. What does this braised beef come with again? Ooh, goat cheese polenta, puttanesca sauce. Who's that? Shaved pecorino, which is like Parmigiano Reggiano's distant cousin, and petite herbs. Oh, I can relate. I'm petite as well. Let's first try the polenta with the puttanesca. Oh. Ooh. Oh, wow. What is polenta again? It's like corn, right? Like ground up corn. Is it? I don't know, but it tastes really good, really creamy. It is serving mashed potatoes meets cornbread. And this puttanesca sauce is so flavorful. It has gorgeous, bright, like acidic tomatoes. I might get heartburn later, but guess what? Zaddy Alka-Seltzer is always here for me. I didn't get a taste of this pecorino. You know what? It's like a chewier Parmesan. Parmesan's more like flaky, John. This is much more chewy, almost like a mozzarella texture. Now let's try the short rib. Ooh, it comes right apart. Gorgeous. Oh my God. Oh. I didn't think Earth Eats could eat, but they did. I know it's called red wine braised short rib, but it really has a strong red wine flavor. Like that is the main star here. Perfectly cooked, extremely tender, fall apart short rib. It goes so well with the pecorino sauce and the polenta. This is incredible. This is next level. And the portion size, 100% recommend. Now let's try the lemon poppy seed cake. I hope it doesn't make me too tired because we all saw what happened to Dorothy. But let's first try this flour, okay? Okay. Tastes like exactly what you'd expect a flour to taste like. Tastes like earth. So at least there's some little earth essence on this cake, you know? Now let's try the actual cake itself. It has a glaze. Ooh. I'm sweating. Wow. You know how lemon poppy seed items are always kind of mediocre? They just taste like the grocery store bakery. This is not that. This is like a super decadent, delicious, fluffy, extra sweet lemon poppy seed cake. It just tastes so fresh. It's almost, ooh, it's raining. I have to save my camera. Hold on. Wait, give me a second. Sorry guys, I cannot let my camera get wet. It will break. It is not waterproof whatsoever. The lemon poppy seed cake was legit perfection. Earth Eats was incredible. One of my favorite booths so far. I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. Amazing portions as well. A booth. Canada. Hello to my northern girlies. You know, if Beth from Little Women was from Canada, I bet that Marmee would have given her maple syrup instead of chicken soup. So the Canadian menu had a cheddar cheese and bacon soup with a pretzel roll, and a filet mignon with mushrooms, and mashed potato with a blob of butter. The soup is very visually appetizing, is it not? Can't say the same about those mushrooms though. They look quite disgusting. Okay, so there were no tables available anywhere near Canada. So I walked all the way to, I don't know where I am, Great Britain, London town, I don't know. But I'm seated on a bench and I'm excited to try all this delicious Canadian goodness. Now, I did expect them to have a big bowl of maple syrup that I could drink and just gobble up, but they didn't. So that was a little disappointing. Now, what is that blob? It looks like butter, but I don't know what it is. It's literally melting from the sun. Oh, it's buzzing garlic in front of this bottle. Also, there's a pile of mushrooms. You guys know I don't like fungi, but I might try one. Anyways, let's try these mashed potatoes with some of this butter. A boot. Oh my gosh, am I about to be Canadian? That butter. It tastes like herbed cream cheese. It's so creamy. The potatoes taste totally real, freshly peeled from Idaho. Well, they're probably not from Idaho because Canada probably grows their own potatoes, right? Do they have like a potato capital like we do? Anyways, the potatoes were just true perfection and the butter's perfection as well. Let's dip this big chunk of steak into the butter also. Why do you do that? What are you doing, camera? You're making today unmagical. Huh. The flavor of the steak is very simple, but it's honestly great. It is salted, there's a bit of seasoning, but it's nothing crazy, and it pairs perfectly with the garlic butter. But I will say though, it's a bit chewy, actually kind of very chewy. It is not tender whatsoever. Now let's try a mushroom. guys, I'm scared. I mean, like, I have had mushrooms a lot more than I've had blue cheese, so I know what this tastes like, and I know I'm gonna hate it, but I'm doing it for you. Oh my God, it's down. How do you guys eat that? So many people love mushrooms. I don't understand. It tastes like the ocean gone bad, like the ocean rotted edition. I can't. Now it's time for this gorgeous cheddar bacon soup. It looks fantastic and it's perfect for this 90-degree day. Let's try it. Okay. With the pretzel roll. No, we don't know her. She's dry. You are unnecessary. That, I think, is the best cheesy soup I've ever had. The cheese flavor is so strong and sharp and salty. It is the main thing going on. The bacon tastes totally real. It has a perfectly thick texture. It isn't watery in the slightest. It's very concentrated. It's just fantastic soup. The pretzel roll, to me, isn't needed. It's very dry. Doesn't even taste like a pretzel. Hate her. So harsh. But the soup is that girl. I think I'm giving Canada a very nice, strong 8 out of 10. Definitely recommend the potato soup. China. So this China taste test is about to be very messy. It's not my best, but just stay tuned. Stick with me, okay? Please. The China menu had pan-fried chicken dumplings with house-made sweet and spicy sauce, a crispy duck bao bun with hoisin sauce, and Shanghai scallion noodles with shrimp. So of course I skipped the shrimp item, but I got the other two. Okay, so I forgot a fork. I'm just gonna eat with my hands. So if I seem a little bit awkward during this taste test, it is because I had kind of an audience. This super nice family asked if they could sit like on the other end of the picnic table before I started filming. And of course I said yes, and they were super, super nice about it. And I have to hold my mic also because it's a little loud here. So let's first try the crispy duck. Now at this point, another group of girlies came to the table and they did plop all of their plates of food around my camera, like literally surrounding it without saying anything. And then they started sitting, and then you're gonna see once they're basically almost seated, one of them says, "Do you mind?" So they technically did ask. I just wish that they asked before surrounding my camera with food. Do you know what I mean? Like, they were super nice and they were like asking questions and like smiling. I just felt like I didn't have any personal space because they were like right in front of me during this whole taste test. And so you're gonna see the rest of this taste test is extremely awkward. I'm just not used to having such a close up audience, but at the end of the day, it is all totally fine. And I got through it. The crispy duck bao bun.
Do you mind?
No, it's okay.
Well, I was going to sit here anyway, even if you did.
Don't worry.
Damn, she sure did.
Don't worry about it. I'm just gonna film here if you don't mind, if that's okay. Okay.
In and out.
Oh no, it's totally fine. Take your time. I'm a fast eater anyways. Okay, so let's first try the crispy duck bao bun, I think. YouTube? I'm a YouTuber. Okay. I taste test like food. Throughout five days. So I'm like splitting up into like different meals. And this is the second day. And it's like my third meal. So
Where are you from? Oh, you're from here.
Here.
Oh, okay.
You guys?
Yeah.
Awesome. So this duck tastes like ham. It tastes like a pig.
That's a lot.
Girlies, this is me struggling. This is me wanting to make a joke about Donald Duck tasting like Piglet, but I just couldn't do it. There were too many people. And you might be thinking, Timmy, this was your own fault. You told them they could sit there. Well, I didn't really have much of a choice now, did I? They put their food down. I'm not loving it, to be honest. I didn't know that duck would taste like this. It's really, really chewy. Like I've been chewing on the same blob of blubber for the past minute, and it's just not disintegrating. It's not crumbling. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the duck. I don't know. I didn't get any of the cucumber though. Oh, it's like a pickle cucumber. Isn't a cucumber a pickle? It tastes like the in-between phase before the cucumber becomes a pickle. But now let's try the chicken dumplings. I'm dripping sweat. Love the dumplings. They have a very doughy wrapper, and the chicken on the inside is really flavorful, very garlicky, gingery, green oniony, and the sauce on the outside is really, really tangy. So, yeah, Love the dumplings. Didn't love the duck bun. I think I'm gonna give China a 5 out of 10. India! You guys know how much I love Indian food. It is one of my favorite cuisines ever, so I was so hyped to try these items. Their menu had potato and pea samosas with coriander lime cream and chicken tikka masala with naan bread. These are some of the prettiest samosas I've ever seen. They're basically supermodels. America's Next Top Samosa, I'm here for it. And then the chicken tikka masala looked very nice, like a nice little meal. Note to self, do not sit at a picnic table ever again because people will join you. That was a very awkward session. I'm sorry about it, but we are back. I can be myself again. I can twirl. I can do a high fashion pose anytime I want. Let me just say the portions are eating. Both items look incredible. Look at the size of the samosa. There's 2 of them. Yes, yes. Wait, I need more. Hold on. They're definitely fresh. They're steaming hot. I almost singed off all my millions of taste buds. I'm so sorry. They're screaming. Do you hear them? Oh my gosh. I have had better potato pea samosas from like restaurants, but these are good enough. They are very crispy, very freshly fried. They're a little bit spicy. The potato texture is very hearty and very dense. It is a lot to have on this hot, singed, sweaty, ooey gooey summer day. And I do feel like they could use a little more seasoning. Like they have the spiciness, but I feel like there's a pow missing. Maybe like a saltiness, or maybe it's missing some sort of garlic. I'm not sure, but there's just not enough flavor happening here. Now it's time for the chicken tikka masala. Oh. Oh. Just like with the samosas, I've had much better chicken tikka masala. It does have that classic curry-ish tomato cream chicken tikka masala flavor, a little bit of sweetness, but there's not enough of it. It isn't strong enough. To me, it's just a little bit watered down. It definitely isn't bad. I just expected a bit more. I think I'm gonna have to give India a 6 out of 10. Both are good, but I'm not shook. I'm not slayed. So I ended up going home just to edit part of my video, and the moment that I boarded the tram, it started raining. The more the tram drove, the more rain came down, and a torrential downpour struck. Girlies, I've never gotten rained on in the tram. We love a new experience. We love moisture, and I'm glad we're not in a drought, but
What is this?
I've never been this soaked. I hope my camera's okay. Festival favorites. You know how parents out there say, I could never pick a favorite child? Well, the festival cannot relate to that because they chose their favorite booth. The festival favorites booth has kielbasa and potato pierogies, barbecue pork rinds with, what's it called? What's that thing called? Pimento cheese, and a gorgeous key lime tart. What do we think, girlies? Everything looks really delicious, right? But was it? We're about to find out. Okay, girlies, I'm dry, I'm back. First of all, I was able to carry all this with my 2 human hands. I figured it out. I used the different slots. I was like doing this and all these different things, and I did it. My fork is in my pocket. The lint is just gonna add some extra flavor, extra fuzzy texture. Also, I have to be totally upfront with you guys. I'm always totally honest about where I'm at, and I'm overwhelmed. I have never seen Epcot so packed. The lines are crazy. There's so many people, and I'm trying to keep myself composed and dainty, but some days it does get hard. I just want to have the meltdown. Do you know what I do for this family? I cook pot roast every night. I fold the laundry, and this is the payment I get. You're destroying this family. Okay, food fixes everything. So let's first start with our little appetizer moment. Barbecue pork rinds served with pimento cheese. Now, in case you didn't know, pork rinds are just pig skin, right? Pig skin? The skin of a pig. Do we even think about that when we're gnawing on this food? Probably not. That's what makes us so disgusting and vile. Okay. This little piggy went to market. Pimento cheese. It's giving, it's living. Well, it's not living, it's pigging. So the pork rinds by themselves are pretty basic. They're just like typical, really crunchy, thick pork rinds. And I feel like the barbecue flavoring should be a little bit stronger. It's just a bit light, but there is a nice sweetness and a smokiness, a bit of a spiciness. But what takes this pig skin to the next level is the pimento cheese. The pimento cheese is just the quintessential perfect pimento cheese. It is really satisfying to bite into in a very cream cheesy way. Like, guys, let's just talk about bagels for a second. When I have a bagel, I prefer cream cheese that is an inch thick. And this is giving me that vibe. You know, it's just thick, good, pimento-y, salty pimento cheese. So we love this. Now let's try the kielbasa and potato pierogies. If you don't know what a pierogi is, it's like a ravioli filled with potato. I feel like Giada would have invented it if she lived in Idaho. It's very that, you know. There is a hunk of kielbasa sausage underneath and caramelized onions. So let's just dig right in. Also, love that they come with sour cream because a potato isn't a real potato without a dollop of daisy. Undo. Stop it. Let go. So I'm just gonna take this chunk here. Caramel. How about that? What just happened? You know what? This is called the festival favorites for a reason. I think these are Mickey's favorites, you know? I know that usually rats only like cheese, but I think Mickey has a more complex palate and he enjoys the pierogi from time to time. He enjoys the pork rind. It's his revenge on Piglet for being a little bit cuter than he is. The pierogi itself has such a satisfying pasta texture to it. The potato on the inside has a green onion flavor and it's very light. It doesn't feel super heavy. And then the kielbasa has an amazing, super strong classic sausage flavor that goes so well with the pierogi. And then the caramelized onions and the sour cream just add a little bit of richness, a little bit of decadence that was necessary. Now it's time for the key lime tart. Ooh. Oh, this is a thick crust. This is gonna break my fork. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pick it up, guys, and just gnaw like a beaver. Oh. That is decadent. Oh my gosh, this is so delicious. I am not the biggest key lime pie person. I'm really not. Most of them are just too tart for me. But this one is more sweet than it is tart. It's that perfect balance. The meringue also helps with the tartness. It just kind of calms everything down. And my favorite part is the crust. It is not like a typical pie crust. It is much more like a overcooked sweet shortbread cookie. And the overcooked vibe really makes it a little richer. I'm really calming down. The food really fixed me. I think I'm giving festival favorites a 10 out of 10. Wow. I think they're my favorites too, Mickey. I have the same palate as a rodent. What's wrong with me? The grease ball. The grease basket. I'm sorry, guys. I was so hot and so tired. I was delusional at that point. Anyways, the fry basket has, you guessed it, fries. But surprisingly, no baskets. And I was so excited to buy a basket. Very disappointing. Anyways, the menu had adobo yuca fries with garlic cilantro aioli and the fry flight, guys. It's a fry flight. It has 3 kinds of fries. We have sweet potato, like dessert fries, barbecue bacon fries, and truffle parmesan fries. I didn't know that potatoes could fly, but apparently Idahoans have a lot of secrets, girlies, and a flying potato is one of them. So here we have an array of taters. First of all, yuca isn't a potato, it's a yuca. Just so you know, I am half Cuban, so I do know that. In case if you were wondering. Now, I love fried yuca, so I'm expecting this to taste like any old fried yuca that I've had before. And it does have a garlic aioli, so sounds like the perfect combo. Let's try it. Oh my gosh, a yuca can fly too? I'm a fried yuca expert. This is perfect fried yuca. It's not greasy, it's not oily, but it has that perfectly fried golden brown flavor and texture. It is well salted, which is very important. No one likes unsalted yuca, that's disgusting. And then the garlic aioli honestly tastes like any other garlic cilantro Cuban sauce that I've had. Next up, let's try the truffle fries. To get them over with, we all know that truffles are just mushrooms' rich, bougie cousins that have bad attitudes. Truffle to me has the flavor profile of rotting garbage. So, like I said, I'm gonna get this over with. It does have Parmigiano Reggiano, so maybe that might balance it out. This is what it looks like up close. Focus on the fry. Okay. Yeah, let me just say, the base fry is giving, so that's really helping the truffles case here. Super crispy, cooked to perfection, really well salted. Just like Miss Yuca. I used to call it yucca, but then I became an authentic Cuban. The Parmesan cheese is quite strong, but of course there is that garbage trash dumpster truffle flavor. And you just can't change that. Hey bros. Hi. Am I part of the group? Other than that flavor though, they are perfect French fries, I have to say. So now let's try barbecue bacon fries with smoked aioli. Oh my gosh. I didn't know you could singe mayonnaise, but I guess anything's possible at Disney. Oh my gosh. Mm. Hi, how y'all doing? The dried up dusting of barbecue is really giving like barbecue Pringles. That's how strong it is. It tastes like a barbecue chip, and that's a big compliment. And the bacon does kind of taste like gooey bacon bits, but it's fine because the rest of it tastes so good. And the smoked aioli, honestly, kind of tastes like queso. It tastes like mayonnaise if she wanted to be queso. I love it. I live it. I live it. I love it. I laugh it. I live, laugh, love. Amazing. Now, last but not least, huh? Yeah, sure. I swear, people at this festival are like extra brave. Anyways, this is the dessert moment. Sweet potato casserole fries with like marshmallows on them and pecans. Oh! Nom, 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 nom. I am not even a sweet potato kind of girly, but these are incredible. They taste like cinnamon toast for some reason. In case if you've never had cinnamon toast, it's a piece of toast with butter and cinnamon and sugar. It's actually quite delicious. And this tastes just like that, but with a sweet potato instead of toast. It tastes buttery, sugary, cinnamony, and the marshmallow topping really adds a nice little extra sweetness. You know, they are serving full dessert, so just expect that. But the fry flight flew. It really flew into my heart. I'm obsessed. And if I liked truffles, I would have no notes, zero critiques. Okay, so I'm giving the fry basket a full 10 out of 10, even if I don't like truffle. It just deserves it. It's incredible. Ooh, milled and mulled. Mulled? Blue cheese? I was just kidding. There's no blue cheese to be found here, but they do have 3 different desserts, guys. This is like a full dessert booth. A freshly baked carrot cake, a Boursin fig and balsamic cheesecake, and a pear and almond frangipane pate brisée. Belle, come here, queen. I need you to translate all of this for me because I'm not understanding anything right now. So we have a dessert trio moment from Milled and Mulled. Fungi is chasing me. Is this the last of us? Am I the last one? Okay, so let's start with the pear and almond frangipane pate brisée. Frisbee? So I'm assuming it's just pear and almonds and frangipane. I don't know who she is, but I hope it tastes good. Oh my goodness. That's incredible. That's one of the best desserts I've had in a long time. The crust is so crispy, like a Popeye's apple pie. The pear is light, but there is a strong berry flavor. And I think that it might be the frangipane. Let's just look up what that is, because it must be a berry. This tastes like a berry. It's almond cream. What a twist. It's not what I expected. I don't know where the berry flavor is coming from, but maybe it's the brizzy. Let's see what brizzy is. This is literally like an encyclopedia class. Oh, a brizzy is a pastry. I give up. It can be a mystery forever. The mystery of the Epcot berry. Oh, I know. It's the almond cream with the tart berry and the buttery flaky crisp. All go so well together. It's incredible. Perfect in every way, like Mary Poppins. Now let's try the carrot cake. Ooh, love a good carrot. Come on, Bugs Bunny. This is his favorite dessert. Oh. That sent me to a different atmosphere. It sent me to a different realm. It sent me to Narnia. This is what the White Witch gave to Edmund to make him betray all of his siblings. The most moist carrot cake I've ever had. The carrots must have had extra humidity in them, extra carrot juice. It has all the classic carrot cake spices, but there is a slight potpourri flavor. And usually I would say, no, I don't want to eat potpourri. That's just not my thing. Definitely never do that. It is not edible, but there is a slight potpourri essence in there. It's like a floral tulip moment, and it somehow really works. It just brings the carrot flavors deeper into the realm of Aslan. I love it. Now, I think this is a fig cheesecake. Tell me that's not the case. Okay, yeah, it's a Boursin fig and balsamic cheesecake. Balsamic? I didn't see that on the menu. I didn't sign up for this. I hate balsamic. Oh, there's bugs. I don't like balsamic vinegar. It's the vinegar that smells the most like a foot. But you guys know it is my job to eat disgusting things, so you don't have to. And hopefully it won't be disgusting. It is pretty though. I don't despise it, but I do kind of hate it. I actually really like the texture. It's really, really creamy and cold, and it's that perfect cheesecake texture. But for some reason, it has a really, really strong dried orange peel flavor. You know, like those orange peels that are dried up that like people chew on for some reason? I don't, but they have that like bitter flavor. This has that. Let me try some of the sauce because this might be the balsamic part of it. No, that's fine. It tastes like sour caramel. I adored the other two desserts. They were incredible. This is the only one that I did not like. So I'm gonna give Mulled and Mulled a 7 out of 10. Yeah, I think that's fair. Highly recommend the other desserts. I like truly, I think that they're both incredible, iconic, never the same. Bus, plane, another bus, another plane. The girls that get it. And the girls that don't, I'm sorry. Italy. Okay, we're in Italy and the booth is really pretty. I just love the whole vibe. It's very like Italy, you know, it's very that. Now the Italy menu is very interesting, guys. Okay, they have Italian style nachos with beef ragu, dried ricotta, very different. They're mixing it up, keeping it exciting, you know. They also had this strawberry vanilla cheesecake and this focaccia with meatballs and tomato sauce. What do we think of this menu, girlies? Isn't it very inventive? This is like a Thomas Edison menu. Once again, I have become the master at holding 3 different plates all at once. This is multitasking. That's how you do it. Do you see this? I feel like Scarlett Johansson in that movie where she unlocks a part of her brain and she can like move things. That's me right now. Anyways, this food looks very mamma mia. Looks so good. I'm so excited right now. You guys know whenever I try Italian food, I really like to FaceTime my bestie Giada. Yes, De Laurentiis, just so I can get her expertise and, you know, her thoughts. So let's start with our meatball appetizer. I do have another fork in my pocket. And yesterday the Lindt added so much. You wouldn't think it would add a crunch, right? It did. Very nice crunch. Hey, Timmy. Giada! Bestie, I missed you. Look what I'm about to eat. Real meatballs from Italy. Oh my gosh, Timmy, is that fresh focaccia? Yes, that is focaccia. It looks really good, right? Sure, yeah, it looks great. It does. Okay, I'll call you back soon. Love you. She's so positive today. Love her. Okay, so let's dip a meatball into this tomato sauce. Okay. The meatball's so good. Yes. Those meatballs are perfection, okay? They have such a strong Parmigiano Reggiano flavor. Perfect texture. They're not mushy, but they're not too like overcooked. Very strong, clean beef flavor. Perfection. And this tomato sauce is absolutely delicious. It's like very simple. It just tastes like pure, bright, acidic, sunshine-filled tomatoes. Now, the focaccia to me isn't really necessary. It's a little dry and it just kind of tastes like sandwich bread. So we're gonna leave that there. And it's now time to try the iconic Italian nachos. A lot of people probably think this is a bit too much. It's a bit extra, but to me, it sounds like a wonderful, inventive creation. I am all about innovation, and that's what this is. Anyways, let's call Giada. Giada, you're not ready for this. This is so cool. What is that? What is that? It's Italian nachos. It's like fried pasta. Oh my gosh, not Italian nachos. I don't care, Timmy. I don't care.
You're too loud.
Wrong.
That's so rude. That's so rude. The employees are right there. You have to stop this.
I'm sorry, guys. I had to hang up on her. That was too far. Now they do look extremely greasy. There's like a pool of grease around them. Oh, see right there. Let's just get some of this meat sauce and some fromage. No, I'm out of wipes. Are you kidding me? At this moment in time? Okay, well, I guess we're just gonna have to wear grease as if it's fashion until I'm done eating. I do love the fried pasta chips. They're very crunchy, a lot crunchier than I thought they would be. I thought they would have more of like a tooth-breaking stale texture, but they don't. And they taste kind of salted. I think the issue here is the meat sauce. Yes, it's overly greasy, so there's that. But also, when something's disgustingly greasy, like a vile amount, that typically means that there's a lot of flavor there. But I don't taste a lot of flavor. It just kind of tastes like ground beef with a little bit of Italian seasonings and a little bit of tomato paste, honestly. And also they're almost $10. I don't know. I don't think it's giving. I really don't. Now let's try the vanilla cheesecake. Giada doesn't need to see this. She was so rude last time. I think I'm done talking to her until later today. Okay, the vanilla cheesecake does not have a crust, which is very interesting, but it does have strawberry sauce. Love that. Ooh. Oh, wow. Oh, I can't stop. I'm glad it doesn't have a crust. It's a lot creamier than your typical cheesecake, and it's a lot lighter in flavor and texture. It's almost like cheesecake meets vanilla pudding meets whipped cream. It's delicate. It's perfect for a summer day because it's not heavy, and the strawberry sauce tastes really good. It tastes like really drippy jam, very fresh. It's a nice little dessert. So I think Italy was kind of hit and miss for me. I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. Maybe Giada was right.
We're cooked.
Girlies, I'm home. This is where I was birthed, literally. This is where I popped into the world. Like, the flavors of American menu is mostly hot dogs, but they're like from different regions, which is actually very creative. I kind of love this. And also we have a random freshly baked chocolate pudding cake. Oh my gosh, guys, sorry. Adele just jumped out of me. Hello, love. There's a New York style, Chicago style, Carolina style, and Southwest style. We'll go over all the toppings as I taste test each one, but look how cute they are. They all look different. They all look fresh. They all look fun. Why was that giving slam poetry? Slam poetry kind of makes me cringe, guys. The bird in the air. I woke up. I saw it. I saw its wings flapping, and then I flew too. Beep, bop, boop. Okay, so even though I am the king of carrying items at this point, and I'm a professor on it, there were 5 items. So currently I have 3. I'm gonna go back for the other 2 in a second. I have, which ones are these? I don't even know. I'm confused. Okay, I got it. So let's start with New York. It has sauerkraut, onion, tomato sauce, and spicy mustard in a brioche bun. Now, I did forget napkins, and I don't have wipes, and I can't get up now because I'm all set up. So we're gonna eat very daintily, very carefully. We're gonna really take our time and meditate as we chew. Also, it's so funny to me that like America's whole menu is just tons of hot dogs. Like, what else do we have? Cold cut sandwiches. But I'm excited for that pudding though. Ooh, I love a good chocolate pudding moment. Okay, New York. Love the hot dog. I think it's a delicious, crunchy, full beef hot dog, but it's not overpowering. It's a perfect hot dog. And the bun is a typical Publix dried up bread aisle bun. It's fine. Love the sauerkraut, and I love the mustard drizzle. Makes me feel like I'm at a baseball game in America. I go to the baseball games with my wife named Timmy, and I go fishing with my bud named Earl of Sandwich. Oh, I love that. The one thing I don't like about this is the onion tomato blob on top. Love onions, I truly do. But the tomatoiness honestly tastes like watery ketchup. It doesn't even taste like tomatoiness. I mean, I know ketchup is made out of tomatoes. It's its original form, but something about it is just watery, and it's just watering down the whole flavor. I don't love that. Now this one's gonna be messy. This one is Carolina style, chili, coleslaw, and yellow mustard. I love a chili dog. I'm just nervous about this mouthful. Let me just push it in a little bit. Okay, go. Thank you. That's more reasonable. Oh, wow. Now that's fierce. This is just a normal expression, but this is a smize. That is absolutely glorious. The hot dog, once again, is perfect. It's the same hot dog. The chili is the quintessential perfect hot dog chili. It's meaty, but it really tastes homemade. It tastes totally fresh. Lots of chili powder, lots of flavor. It's not spicy at all. And I do prefer a spicy chili, but I'm just grateful that it has flavor. And then the coleslaw adds a little bit of sweetness. The mustard adds that tartness. That's incredible. Now let's try the Southwest one. It has, oh, it's wrapped in bacon. Okay, that's American as well. It has pinto beans, tomatoes, jalapenos, avocado crema, and queso fresco in a French roll. Bonjour. This one's a little different. Oh, it feels very crustified. I need more toppings. Okay. You know, it's not very good. It's Nothing special. The bun doesn't work. I know Belle probably made it, and she's probably gonna be very upset by this, but Belle, stick to reading, girl. It's too crusty and baguette-y, and it really does not go with a hot dog's texture. What were they thinking? Now, I love pinto beans, but these just taste like pretty plain pinto beans. Maybe they have a slight green chili flavor, but there's not much going on. I couldn't really taste the bacon, to be honest, which is very surprising. And the crema had no flavor. So this is just a dry hot dog that's really lacking strong flavors. And that upsets me, it does. Okay, I have to pause and get the other items. Okay, girlies, I got napkins and I'm sitting on them so they don't fly away. They can clean my back sweat that's dripping down. Anyways, that's disgusting. Wow. I saved the Chicago hot dog for last because I feel like this is the most known specialty hot dog in our great America. And I think I've only had a few Chicago hot dogs in my life, so I'm super hyped to try this. It has tomato, dill pickle, pickled sport pepper. What, is it a football player? Diced onions, yellow mustard, green relish on a poppy seed bun. Girlies, Alphabet's putting poppy seeds in everything. Oh my gosh, the sun just got really bright. What just happened? Let's try it. This is a very soft poppy seed bread. Oh, this is incredible. This is a fantastic Chicago hot dog. What I love about Chicago hot dogs is that they're the most refreshing hot dogs. They have so many fresh toppings on them. It's almost like a juicy sour salad on a hot dog, right? The poppy seed bun doesn't really add much to me, but it is very soft. So I appreciate that. I appreciate you. You're welcome. The hot dog, once again, is perfection. The pickle is like a mix between a dill and a bread and bun. The relish is nice and sweet. The mustard is tangy. The tomatoes taste so fresh. Just fantastic. I adore this. Wait, the little chili. I didn't eat the chili. Now let's try this chocolate pudding with a caramel sauce. So this isn't like pudding. This is like one of those puddings, like a British pudding. You know what I mean? It's like a cake type thing. There's a difference between pudding and pudding. Okay, that's how it looks. It's like a mushy cake. Oh my gosh. Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it. You know, as an American, pudding to me is made by the Jell-O brand, but I can get behind this. I really can. It's so chocolatey. It tastes like a brownie, but a lot mushier and less rich. And that might sound disgusting, but it really works. It's almost like hardened brownie batter. That's the flavor here. And the texture as well. And then this caramel sauce just adds some richness. It goes so well. That is so phenomenal and so delicious. I adore it. Out of the 5 items from Merca, I really enjoyed 3 of them, and 2 of them I was very meh about. So I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10 because 2 plus 2 plus 2, beep bop boop, is 6, and then 2 plus 2 is 4, 6. Makes sense to me. Yes, that was a voiceover because I could not scream France in the middle of Epcot. So let's see what French things are on the menu. Ooh, we have this egg type of dish and a snail pastry looking thing. And then we have this beef dish and a creme brulee. That's the egg one. It's looking very huevos. And the snails are literally hiding in the bread. They're like, he actually doesn't want to eat us, so let's just stay away. Now the beef thing looked very nice. Those look like potatoes, don't they? Well, they're not. Spoiler alert. And of course the creme brulee is shiny and golden and bubbly. Je m'appelle Timmy. Je m'appelle oui oui. Je m'appelle as well. Look at this picturesque ocean next to us. There's my thumbnail. Food and Wine Festival. I got more wipes at home. So what is this? It was an egg something. It's an egg moules. Moules? Goat cheese and caramelized onions. Honestly, it looks like a quiche to me, so that's why I'm gonna call it. Okay. Oh. Oh, it's very stringy, kind of like spit. Oh, I think it's the caramelized onions in there. Okay, it looks like a very loose egg. How do you say egg in French? Let me Google that. It's definitely not huevo. That's from my half Cuban culture. Egg in French. Oof. Oof, okay. Egg, oof. Let's try this. Oh, oui, oui. Oui, oui. How do I say texture in French? Texture. That's how you say it. Okay. Plot twist. The texture is horrifying. I'm so sorry. It is like a Starbucks or Dunkin' egg bite, which I do love those, but like it feels halfway cooked. So it's very mushy. It kind of melts in your mouth and not in a creamy way, in sort of a grainy way. And it really kind of shook me to my core. It does have a nice creme fraiche kind of tart flavor to it, which I appreciate. And it's very sharp and cheesy, but I can't get past the texture. I can't take another bite. I can't do it. Also, side note, I noticed that they only sell Evian water at the French booth. And every time I see the word Evian, it makes me think of the Parent Trap Meredith. She was so classy. She was the true hero of the story, okay? Not Hallie. What was the other one's name? Sammy? Not Sammy. No, it wasn't Sammy.
Filming, Timmy? What's wrong with you? It was Annie. How could you forget such an iconic pop culture historical character? Hallie and Annie. Annie was the British one. I have claws and you don't.
Because in the movie, she's like, where's my Evian water? Right before she destroys that lizard. Now let's try this escargot situation type deal. It's escargot in a little thing of bread. Now, I do remember eating some sort of a escargot croissant last year, and I do remember being
Just a little horrified.
by it. So I'm hoping for the best, expecting for the worst.
Oh, Filming Timmy, where did your brain cells go? Are they on holiday? It's hoping for the best, preparing for the worst, not expecting for the worst. I understand that you were homeschooled, but I was homeschooled too, and I was taught better than that.
What even are snails? Are they aliens? I think we need to call up Nancy Drew. I think that she needs to take out her giant magnifying glass and figure out the case of the snail. Nancy, hey girl, I need you. The world needs you. Okay. Anyways, do I just pick this up and bite into it? Like a little bagel? Oh, wait, no, I should say bijal. I'm scared. Jump up in. Okay, I don't think I got any snail, but it would be cheating if I don't eat a snail. We should name her Shrivelina, because she's shriveled up. Okay. Oh my gosh, it's down. So the bread and the sauce are actually quite good. It tastes like fresh bread with a garlic herb butter. That is the whole flavor profile. The snail itself, though, does have quite a greasy flavor to it. It really added the goop that it drags behind itself as it walks or glides. It glides. The texture is reminiscent of a balloon. And would I get it again? Never, never. But I'm glad I tried it. We have 2 more items and so let's go get them. Okay, so France all of a sudden got super packed and I had to walk all the way to Morocco with my food that I can't pronounce. What was this beef thing called? Bouf, bourguignon, pommes, de terre, rotizi. It's braised short rib. Did that sound good? I think it did. It's braised short rib in Cabernet. I think that's the kind of wine, right? With roasted potatoes. And then this is the creme brulee mango et passion et la confiture, which is mango passion creme brulee with fruit compote. Anyways, let's try this bouffe. The beef. That was not a potato. Who is she? It says roasted potatoes. This is not a potato. This is dough. That is dough. We need Nancy Drew to get back here. We have another mystery. It's like a dumpling. Anyways, whatever they are, they're delicious. It's like a perfectly circular hush puppy without the hush puppy flavor. It's like a plain dough hush puppy. The beef is so tender. It tastes so real. It tastes like a canned beef stew, like Dinty Moore. My sister loves that. For some reason, I love her. I accept her the way she is. So it tastes like that, but real, without the metallic canned factory essence, right? The broth is so flavorful, slightly winey, very rich, very beefy. Adore this, even though that's not a potato. It's not. Anyways, let's try the creme brulee. Wait, I should try to pronounce it authentically. Give me a second.
Creme brulee?
Where's the fruit compote? I don't see it, but it's very liquidy. Oh. The texture is very pudding-ish. It is not giving creme brulee at all. It tastes like a really custardy mango passion fruit, very tropical, creamy pudding. So it's almost giving smoothie meets pudding. I'm not slayed, but it's nice. I think I'm gonna give 4 out of 10. I'm sorry.
Greece. We're in Greece, girlies. But where's the ocean? I don't see the ocean. I specifically remember a very blue ocean in Mamma Mia. Anyways, on the menu, they had spanakopita, impossible moussaka, griddled cheese, and a lamb gyro. I did forget to film the first 2 items. I'm very sorry about that, but you will still see me taste test them and you'll see them from a distance. But this is the griddled cheese and the gyro. Both looked very nice. And there is someone's nail. Yes, there was a nail on the table. You will see it more in the future.
Guys, I am so hyped to try this moussaka. I know that it is impossible version, but like I've said before in the past, what is impossible can also be possible if we believe, right? I Googled it. Apparently, it's like a layered eggplant beef moment. That was very descriptive, I know. So let's just, oh my God, not the spinaches. Why did I say not the spinaches? This is a spinach pastry. It almost flew away with the food in it. How does that even happen? Okay, I see a big chunk of eggplant, a lot of impossible meat. Ooh. Let's get a new bite. Sometimes fake meat works. In my non-vegan opinion, I don't know if it works for me in this dish. It tastes kind of like Spam. The moussaka itself, though, has a very interesting flavor. It's kind of sweet. It has like an Alfredo type of sauce, like a bechamel sauce. The cheese just also tastes a little off. I don't know if it's real or fake cheese or robotic cheese, beep, bop, boop, but I'm not loving it. But there is a nice like nutmeg flavor that I like. So see, I like certain things about it. Also, like there's big chunks of eggplant and they're kind of mushy. I wouldn't get it again, but if you're vegan, definitely try it. You might like it. Now, this is spanakopita. I Googled this as well. It's a spinach pastry. Love spinach. Okay. Okay. Yes. 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 I like it in my own way. The spinach tastes really good. The filling itself kind of has a quiche flavor to it. Yeah, it's really giving quiche. So I love that. But the pastry does have a grease flavor, not grease, not like Grease the country, like a grease like oil flavor to it. And it's really strong and really potent and it kind of took over the bite. It just kind of tastes like old oil. I'm sorry. Okay, I have to be honest. We still have 2 more plates from Greece to try, so let's hope they're a little bit better. Okay, so I'm currently at a different table in Morocco and someone left their whole manicure on the table. Honestly, she's kind of giving, should I glue it on myself? Should I keep it as a good luck charm? No, you know, I have to eat. Okay, let's just take this straw that was also left on the table and just scoot it away. Go scratch someone else. Anyways, let's try pistachio honey grilling cheese. I think it might be a dessert. Like instead of a cheesecake, it's a piece of cheese, you know? I did not think I was gonna like this. I wouldn't say it's a dessert, but I would say it's a savory, sweet, perfectly balanced item. The cheese tastes honestly like a really salty mozzarella, kind of like string cheese, but with a much more ooey gooey texture. It's delicious. And then the pistachios add a little crunch, a little earthiness, a little nuttiness, and the honey adds a sweetness. It just goes so well together. I am so happy that I like one of Greece's items. Come on, Mamma Mia. Meryl ate this, guys. Now let's try the gyro. I thought it was gonna be a whole one, but it's just a half. Luckily, I'm a gyro half full kind of girly. So it has gorgeous gyro meat. I love gyro meat. A tiny bit of tomatoes, a tiny bit of cucumber. I wish there was more. And a tiny bit of tzatziki sauce. Oh, wait. The pita itself is kind of doughy. It tastes fresh. It doesn't taste like a processed Publix pita. It surprisingly has the perfect amount of tzatziki. You can really taste it, and the perfect amount of veggies. They just add a hint of freshness. But the main star here, though, is the meat. It tastes like a classic gyro, but I feel even more flavorful than the ones that I've had in the past. It's just perfection. Amanda Seyfried did that. Grease for me. Ooh, was that on my mouth? I'm sorry. Ew, there's more. How long was that there? Look away! So Greece for me was 2 flops and 2 slays. My favorite date is April 20th. It's not too hot, it's not too cold. All you need is a light sweater. So I'm giving Greece a 5 out of 10. That's right in the middle. Okay, slay, work.
Hawaii. I think that Hawaii has one of the prettiest booths. Adore it. Anyways, this is the menu. We have a slow roasted pork slider, a Hawaiian rice bowl with Spam and eggs, and a passion fruit cheesecake. This is how all the food looks. Very cute little bowl. Honestly, it was a lot heavier than it looks. So we love that. The bigger the portion, the better, sweetheart. And this is the pork slider. They put so much pork on this tiny little slider, guys. I was kind of shocked by that. And the passion fruit cheesecake.
Let's first try this bowl. So this bowl does have Spam on it. Now, I'm not the biggest Spam fan. Keep in mind though, I haven't had it in a long, long time. But as a kid, I always thought it was so blobby. It was just a blob. But now that I'm 30 and mature, I think it's time that I give us a fresh start. I might love Spam now. You know, I think it's a branding issue. It's the name Spam. It sounds like an email you would delete. But this also has eggs, furikake, which I think is like crumbled up seaweed, right? Eel sauce, rice, and spicy mayonnaise. Now, eel sauce isn't seafood. That is why I'm trying it. It's not made out of flotsam and jetsam. I think it's like a soy reduction gastrique type thing. Mm. Mm. If Spam always tasted like this, I would be a Spam stan. It doesn't even taste like Spam. Well, it does have like a hammy flavor, but it has much more of a soy sauce, grilled, charred flavor to it. What even is Spam, by the way? I know it's meat, but like which meats? Which animals? We have to call Nancy Drew. Nancy, hey girl. I have a new mystery for you. It's the mystery of the haunted Spam can. The eggs give it a fried rice feel, which I love. The spicy mayonnaise adds a creaminess and the perfect amount of tang. It's just honestly so delicious. I love this. I totally recommend it. Now let's try the slow roasted pork slider. It has sweet and sour Dole pineapple chutney, so like Dole Whip, but make it a sandwich. And spicy mayonnaise. Okay, I love pork. You can see the Dole Whip right there. Guys, it's hot today. I think it's like the hottest day so far, to be honest. The bun is stuck to the thingy. A piece of my bread got left behind. Speaking of that, the movie Left Behind horrified me back in the day. I thought my family was gonna disappear and their Walmart clothes were just gonna be left in a pile. Okay, let's try it. That is possibly the juiciest pork I've had. I'm not joking, and I'm half Cuban. I've eaten so many swines in my life. This is so incredibly moist. The pork has an amazing, tangy, slightly tart flavor. And then the mango chutney adds a sweetness. The spicy mayo adds a little bit of spiciness, and I'm pretty sure the bun is a Hawaiian bun. Who knew? Anyways, this is incredible. Now it's time for the passion fruit cheesecake with macadamia nuts. Now, this one doesn't have a crust either, so I'm wondering, did the Food and Wine Festival run out of cheesecake crust? Because a lot of their cheesecakes are crustless. I love passion fruit, so hopefully this slays me. Ooh. Oh, I'm like the Matrix. Oh, wow. Oh, that is so different. That is creamier than your typical cheesecake, but it's less sweet and it's less sour, and somehow it really, really works. It's like very heavy and very dense, but because it isn't super sweet, I can handle it, you know? And the passion fruit egg yolk looking thing on top is very light. It doesn't have a super strong passion fruity flavor, but it really works with the not so sweet cheesecake. It just overall is incredible. Oh, and the little macadamia nuts add that nice little crunch. I love a good macadamia nut, guys. I think once I ate a whole bag of macadamia nuts. It was like so expensive because they're just like very pricey. And then I got a stomach ache. So I paid a lot for a stomach ache. Honestly, that's a regular thing for me. Anyways, I'm giving Hawaii a very strong 10 out of 10. Everything was perfect. I have no complaints. They ate one of my favorite booths. Shimmering Sips.
Shimmering Sips mainly has drinks, but they do have one little cake. What I say, little. It's so cute. It's a plant-based guava cake with whipped cream and coconut. And this is how it looks. I just think it's such a pretty, serene, dreamy dessert. Let's dig in.
So I'm kind of nervous to talk about this. Like, I'm a very private person, and you guys probably don't know this about me, but I am half Cuban, and us Cubans love guava. So I can't wait to try this guava cake. It is plant-based. Sometimes plant-based desserts can be incredible, and sometimes they can taste kind of empty. They can kind of taste like a fern or a bush or a twig. So let's see how this tastes. Ooh, look at that texture. It looks very moist. Oh my gosh, I can't stop. That's one of the best desserts I've had this week, girlies. I'm not joking. Never judge a plant by its leaf. Ever. Because this is incredible. It's kind of giving pineapple upside down cake, but like guava instead of pineapple. The cake underneath is very extremely moist. It almost tastes like it's been soaked in some sort of syrup. And it has a very light, classic cake flavor. You would never know it's plant-based. And then there's like a guava jelly that adds such a strong, potent guava vibe. And then this whipped cream just lightens everything up. It's perfect for this hot day. It's very cold. I love it. I ate. I'm giving Shimmering Sips a 10 out of 10. 10. There's been a lot of 10 so far today, girlies. Well, 2. But that's the whole day so far. Noodle Exchange.
Once again, another super pretty themed little booth. I loved how this one looked so much. Now, they have multiple different ramens, okay? One has shrimp, one has tofu, and one has beef. Now, of course, I skipped the shrimp one, but I also skipped the tofu one because it is the same ramen as the beef one. It just has tofu instead of beef. Wait, is there something different in there? Oh, wait, never mind. I'm mistaken. It had bok choy instead of the egg, but otherwise it's the same soup. And this is how the beef one looked.
Okay, so I'm back. I came back to where that pivotal moment in my life happened. I was here first, so if you want to eat somewhere else, you can. I hope the future editing Timmy is proud of me. He probably is.
Oh, filming Timmy. I didn't think you had it in you, but it turns out there is a tiny little chunk of backbone somewhere in that Taco Bell filled blob. And I'm gonna say it. I am proud. I'm proud, son.
He said something nice to me. Okay, anyways, I am back here because there's AC and there were free tables. Also, I'm already melting on the outside. This ramen is gonna melt me from the inside. I'm gonna become a puddle. It's no longer gonna be Timmy's Takeout. It's gonna be Timmy's Puddle. Step in it and subscribe.
That's my new slogan.
Anyways, let's try this ramen. Where's the mushrooms though? I don't see the mushrooms. Are they hiding? Maybe they forgot the mushrooms. Blessings. Let's try the broth first. Oh. You know, when I had ramen at Disney Springs a couple weeks ago, it tasted very beefy and meaty. This one has more of a soy sauce lime flavor, so it's more refreshing and bright and tart. Very nice. Now, let out, move for me. Thank you. Oh, it kind of tastes like Arby's roast beef, but less salty. And that is the biggest compliment I could give any cow meat, truly. It's very tender, it's very beefy and delicious. I love that. Now this egg. It's like a saltier, tangier chicken from the past. I'm so descriptive, guys. See, I did not need culinary college. And now the noodles with peppers and everything else. Honestly, they just kind of taste like thicker instant noodles. They don't really taste like restaurant ramen noodles. Overall, it is good. I'm just not shook. I'm not screaming on the floor, you know? I am about to pass out, but it's not from this, it's from the heat. Anyways, I'm gonna give the Noodle Exchange a 7 out of 10. It's nice, it's good. Refreshment Outpost.
Refreshment Outpost is in the Africa area, and girlies, this area is so tiny, they really need to expand it. But anyways, this is the menu. We have an impossible spicy sausage with piri-piri peppers, curry chicken and South African Boerewors sausage stew, and a chocolate amarula mousse with white chocolate. And this is how all of it looked. The curry had such a bright, gorgeous color. The impossible sausage was there as well. And this gorgeous mousse cake is visually stunning.
If I'm at the Refreshment Outpost, why don't I feel refreshed? Look at this gorgeous art behind me. I love it. I feel very bright and pretty. My Stitch shirt kind of matches it. So let's first try this curried chicken stew. Now this is supposed to be a bread bowl, but it looks like a little hot dog bun. They said, no one's gonna notice. Don't worry about it. I noticed. And also Nancy Drew's about to investigate this as well. Oh, with the bread. Wow. That has so much flavor. The chicken. You didn't see that. Stop. This ghost keeps on playing tricks and causing illusions. Don't believe it. The chicken is like ground chicken. It has such a strong curry flavor. The chicken tikka masala wishes she could be this flavorful. The chickpeas add a nice heartiness. It's a tiny bit spicy, pretty salty, almost too salty, but not quite. And it goes so well with this little hot dog bun bread bowl wannabe. That is fantastic. I just wish there was more stew in it. It's mostly bread. Now, I've been getting a lot of questions about Tammy, who is my wife of 82 years. You guys are so nosy about her. Like I said before, I like to keep my life kind of private, but at the same time, I'm proud of the life on the farm that I have with Tammy. And of course, I'm the proud father of our 10 kids. Silly me, I haven't told you guys their names yet. Okay, so we have Timmy Jr., Tammy Jr., Tabitha, Terry, Tony, Tommy, Teresa, Terry Lynn, Terry May, and Terabithia. They are my pride and joy. A little life update for you guys. Let's try this spicy impossible sausage. What's on this thing again? Other than particles of impossibility, it has piri piri peppers, onions, and piri piri aioli. The bun, just like the one from America, is too hard and too like baguette-y. The peppers though are delicious. They're genuinely spicy. Love the peri-peri sauce also. It's kind of tangy, kind of like a spicy mayo. What I don't like is the impossible sausage. Now, I've had a lot of vegan sausages and hot dogs that taste pretty accurate and pretty delicious. This sausage doesn't really have any flavor besides impossible meat. It tastes like pure impossible meat with no seasonings in it. I'm sure that there are seasonings in it, but I can't taste it, love. So I only like the toppings. I don't like anything else. I guess some things really are impossible. Anyways, it is time for this giant cake. Now, it's extremely heavy, probably the heaviest dessert I've had so far. It's a chocolate amarilla mousse cake with white chocolate. In my last video, I stayed at the Animal Kingdom Lodge and they had these little zebra domes that looked just like this, but just tiny. So I'm wondering if this is just like a giant zebra dome. Oh, ooh, no, this is much thicker. Oh, and there's cake on the inside. Whoa. Oh my gosh. That is one of the best desserts of the week. Whoa. It tastes sort of like the zebra dome from Animal Kingdom, but thicker and denser. So the chocolate cake on the inside is just like a classic, really moist chocolate cake. And then the chocolate mousse is so light. It doesn't taste like typical chocolate mousse. It tastes like chocolate milk mousse. Very chocolate milky. My mind. It does though. And then the outside zebra stuff is very liquidy, which I kind of like. It almost turns into like a sauce and it's just fantastic. Everything is so cohesive. It's a very light dessert. It's a very airy dessert and it's very easy to eat because it's so light. So love the curry, love the dessert. Did not like
This sausage.
I am giving Refreshment Outpost a 6 out of 10. There's so much sweat in my eyes. Oh my gosh. Macatizers. Sounds like a Guy Fieri product. So Macatizers is inside of the new Communicore Hall. We love to communicate inside of this hall. And they have 4 kinds of mac and cheese. Traditional cheesesteak, truffle, and once again, impossible chili cheese, macaroni and cheese. Ooh. I'm just realizing now that there's no Beyond Meat at this festival. Mickey said, I only have eyes for impossible. Get out of my life, Beyond. This is what the mac and cheese looks like. Yes, the traditional portion is very small. I was kind of shook by that. And I did have to eat the last 2 flavors on top of a trash can. So stay tuned for that. Okay, so yes, it is raining outside, and I did check the forecast. Apparently, it's gonna be raining off and on for the next couple hours. Therefore, I had to use my big brain, and I thought, light bulb, glitch, I need a poncho. So I got this very high fashion one. It is by the House of Mickey, and I think it works well with my poses. What do you guys think? And the rain did kind of stop, so I'm getting a little sweaty now. We are about to try 4 different mac and cheeses. Now, we have a traditional, a cheesesteak, an impossible chili one, and a truffle one. So I feel like they're trying to cover all the demographics. We have normal human beings, men, RV stands, vegans, and billionaires with the truffles. Everybody can get mac and cheese just for them. I love it. Let's first try traditional. Oh, don't mind if I do, Governor. It's nice. You know, the noodles aren't al dente. I used to not know what that meant, but then Giada educated me. It apparently means perfectly cooked. No, honestly, I don't know what it means. I don't trust Giada. The sauce does taste homemade. I just wish it was a little bit sharper. It is kind of giving salty Alfredo, but like a good salty Alfredo. I just want more of a cheese kick in there. You know what? Punch. But the breadcrumbs are incredible. Crunchy. They have an Italian seasoning flavor like oregano, herbs and spices from the garden. It's almost gone, but let's be real. There was a tiny portion in here. The cheesesteak one looks a lot more full. It has pepper, it's the same breadcrumbs, and the same mac and cheese and steak. I may be mistaken, but this steak tastes exactly like the beef from the ramen. Are the different booths taking meat from the same cows? It just has the exact same flavor and texture. But I gotta say, I feel like it needs more cheese sauce. It almost doesn't feel cohesive. Like the meat feels like it was placed on top of mac and cheese. It doesn't feel like real cheesesteak mac and cheese, you know? It feels disconnected. I lost my table when I went for round 2, and I'm literally eating on a trash can because it's where I belong, and it's the only table that's available. And my big tree of life vein is showing. I feel disgusting, but I'm excited to try these mac and cheeses besides the truffle one. And I'm filming this on my phone because it is very wet out here and I can't take out my nice camera. Let's first try the Impossible mac and cheese. I think it's a different cheese sauce because it's like a deeper yellow and it's probably made out of plants. What would Beth say if she was still with us and she heard that we were now eating fake meat? I think she would say, impossible. Anyways, let's try it. Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, it's raining a lot. Is this my favorite one so far? Oh, it's raining a lot. Do you see it? Do you see the rain? This is fantastic. The mac and cheese sauce doesn't have a lot of flavor, but that's okay because the chili has tons. So it is serving and giving the house down, mama. Oh, it's raining a lot. The sour cream actually tastes real, and the chili itself also tastes real. It tastes like beef completely. I would never know it's impossible. The beans are delicious. It has so many chili seasonings, and then the little Fritos add a lot as well. Anyways, my mac and cheese is getting wet. Oh my gosh. Let's try the truffle one. Ew, I don't want to. I wasn't built for this life. Look at that blob of truffle. Oh, those are definitely real, authentic, expensive truffles because they have the full garbage flavor and they don't add anything to the mac and cheese besides disgustingness. I'm going inside. Okay, I'm a mess, but I am giving Macatizers a 4 out of 10. It was mostly underwhelming besides the chili. Swirled Showcase. So I forgot to film the menu and I forgot to film a close-up of the food. I'm so sorry. I tried a frozen nitrogen sweet potato mousse ice cream creation thing. The rain made everything very chaotic. Cut me some slack, please. Stop this madness. Okay, girlies, so I walked through the rain to get this gorgeous sweet potato mousse, but I didn't want it to get wet, so I carried it under my poncho like a mother kangaroo with its offspring. It was in my pouch. I don't even know exactly what this is. It was chaotic out there. Thunder, rain, it was treacherous. And I'm holding the mic because I can't attach it to my wet poncho right now, so I don't want to hear about it. Don't make a fuss. It's liquid nitrogen frozen sweet potato mousse with candied pecans and maple caramel sauce. So it's mousse from the future that the astronauts brought us from a different dimension. Love that. Let's see how the texture is. You probably can't hear me. Can you hear me? Ooh. I thought liquid nitrogen was like a rock. No, that's like frozen astronaut ice cream. Then what is this? Maybe everything will be okay. Maybe the rain will stop and I'll be able to film normally again. What in the world even is this? Oh my gosh, guys. You don't even know. You don't even know. That's unlike anything I've ever had before. It's like pudding meets ice cream meets pumpkin pie. That is the vibe. It has 3 different textures. There's even like blobs of like more firm nitrogen on liquid nitrogen. Oh my gosh, it's one of the most delicious things I've ever eaten in my life. I'm not joking. The pumpkin pie flavor is strong. You can taste the cinnamon, nutmeg, everything. But it's so much creamier than pumpkin pie. And then texture is just, I can't describe it. Is this what people from the future eat? Are they eating this good? I'm just at a loss for words and I'm really struggling to describe this. You just have to eat it to believe it. Honestly, I ate the whole thing so fast. I think that's my favorite thing I've had throughout the whole week. I'm not joking you. I'm not. Best goop ever.
Forest and field.
I want to go through the forest and have an adventure. I want to climb a tree like Bella and Edward. This is the Forest and Field menu. They had autumn chili, pumpkin mascarpone ravioli, and burrata with fruit and things like that. And yes, the chili is swimming in Grease Lake. And this is the ravioli. It has big shreds of cheese on top. And this is the burrata with the fruits and the nuts and the herbs. I don't know why this table is so high and these chairs are so low. I feel like I'm like,
I suck. Can I have some more? It's very that. So I think the rain is slowly stopping, but once again, I did travel with this under my poncho. It looks incredibly greasy, which I was not expecting, you know, especially from a place called Forest and Field. The last thing you'd expect is grease. I would expect grains. The whole Forest and Field branding feels very Anne of Green Gables. I love Anne so much, carrots. I feel like she went out into the forest and she got all these ingredients and materials with Princess Cordelia. Anyways, this chili has bison. Oh no, I did not know it had bison. You guys know I did not appreciate the beast when I tried it. It also has lamb and pork belly and root vegetables, jalapeno cornbread, love that, and creme fraiche, which is basically sour cream from fancier cows. So let's just mix the grease in so we can get all that flavor. Okay, it looks very mushy. I don't know. I love it and I despise it as well. And some jalapeno cornbread. Soaked in grease. So this is very interesting. I'm kind of bewildered in the forest. So it kind of tastes like a steak chili. We've all had steak chilies. I do feel like it's missing beans. To be honest, it tastes like all meat. It just tastes like a meat blend. I don't really taste any root vegetables or foraged mushrooms or even branches. It's just a meaty mush. And that sounds kind of gross, which it kind of is, but the flavor is really nice. It's warm in the flavor profile. Like you can taste the nutmeg, very strong nutmeg. You can taste some cloves, maybe a hint of cinnamon, but it's really not sweet at all. I'm not a huge fan of the mushy, crumbled up steak texture and the grease as well. I think the rain stopped, so I'm gonna go get the last two items from Narnia. Okay, I'm in the Land. The Land is a building that looks like it's from the 1990s, just like me. And it has like soaring and a restaurant and different things. I have my wilderness treats. This one's scaring me. This is burrata with seasonal fall fruit, spiced pecans, apple puree, and fig vinaigrette. I mean, look at it. It looks like Marilla said, Anne, you will not have supper tonight. You will go out to the forest and make your own dish. Who is she? It looks like a massive raisin. Let's get a little bit of burrata. Let go. Okay, I got a chunk here. We can get some apple puree. I was expecting something so insidious and evil, but to be honest, it tastes like an apple pie with a little bit of salty cheese. Wow, never judge Anne's culinary skills by their cover. The cheese just tastes like gooey mozzarella. The apple puree tastes like a spiced applesauce. Pomegranates are delicious, and the vinaigrette is quite light. Like you really can't taste it. It might add a tiny bit of tartness, but that's it. So very nice. I'm okay with that. Now it's time for the ravioli. The pumpkin mascarpone ravioli with sage brown butter, pecorino cheese, and hazelnut praline. I have to be honest, as I was walking here, I was like, I smell someone's foot. Who is walking barefoot in Epcot? It turns out it was the pecorino. It's quite a strong cheese. The last time that I had pecorino, I actually liked it. It's like Parmesan's cousin, right? So to be honest, it tastes really empty. I can't taste any filling. It just tastes like a dried up noodle. Maybe like a butter noodle vibe with a blob of really strong pecorino on it. I can't taste the pumpkin. I can't taste Cinderella's car. I can't taste the mascarpone. It's just so bland and sharp at the same time. Anyways, Forest and Field had some disappointments, but I actually liked the burrata the most, which is kind of crazy. But I think I have to give Forest and Field a 4 out of 10. Overall, I don't think I'd go back. I wouldn't. Flavors from fire.
But what about flavors of dirt? Flavors of air, flavors of water. What about the other elements? What about the Avatar booth? So Flavors of Fire has a steakhouse blended burger. It's mushrooms blended with beef. Sounds like a dream come true for me. Dreams do come true in Disney. They also have an Impossible Montreal burger and smoked corned beef, sort of like nachos, but it's with potato chips.
What does fire taste like? I'm imagining a flaming hot Cheeto meets a flame broiled Whopper patty. That makes sense to me. Anyways, let's first try this corned beef nacho thingy because I've actually had this. This is one of the few items I had last year. This is smoked corned beef on house-made potato chips, cheese curds, pickled onions, and beer cheese fondue. I think I liked it when I tried it, but it's been a while, girlies, and I've taste tested a lot of things between now and then. Everyone's pointing at my corned beef.
I'm gonna text you. Huh?
That's not really what I expected fire to taste like. I'm not tasting any ember crumbles, but it's so delicious, guys. The house-made chips are salty, thick, and just like a perfect kettle chip, right? And then the corned beef is like perfectly shredded. It's so tender, it's very salty. The queso doesn't taste processed, it tastes like real restaurant queso. The pickled onions add the perfect amount of tang and refreshingness. Am I at the refreshment port? Because this is pretty refreshing. Fantastic. Now let's try the steakhouse burger. Now, this meat is blended with mushrooms. We all know my history with mushrooms. We've seen it in the past 2 hours, have we not? But I'm hoping that I just won't be able to taste it. It says beef and wild mushroom slider with truffle brie. It has truffles on it? I didn't know this. Cheese fondue, arugula, and truffle potato chips.
Oh my goodness.
Mushrooms and truffles? Is this Disney World or Fungi World? Okay. You know, I'm feeling a lot of gratitude right now because this burger does not taste like mushrooms. It does not taste like truffles. It just honestly tastes like nothing. It tastes so bland. It has really no flavor. I have to say that the patty is quite juicy, maybe from the mushrooms themselves. They like brought some of that moldy humidity, but I don't taste a droplet of seasoning, nothing. And like the sauce doesn't have much flavor. The chips aren't coming through and the bun is dry. So I'm dragging this burger. Let's try the Impossible one. This one looks a little bit better. Even though it's robot meat, it might be better meat. The Impossible burger has cheddar and tomato jam and an Impossible slider, and that's it. And it's apparently Montreal themed. Why was this not served in Canada? Okay. Wow. So, you know what the issue is, I think? I think Impossible meat tastes good in a thin format, like a thin patty, because you can't fully taste it, and the burger toppings typically outshine. Oh! Sorry. And the burger toppings typically outshine the Impossible flavor, but here the patty is so incredibly massive and dense. You can just really taste the fake meat flavor. And by that, I mean, sometimes when you eat a lot of fake meat all at once, it can kind of taste like dog food, like canned dog food. I'm gonna have to give Flavors from Fire a 3 out of 10. I'm so sorry. I think it's my least favorite so far. Turns out Fire didn't have much flavor. Germany.
I'm ready for the Wiener Schnitzels and the Bratwurst as well. We're gonna eat so much in Germany. Ooh. Sorry, Hillary Duff just jumped out of me, my goodness. Anyways, there is a Schinkennudeln and a bratwurst on a pretzel roll and an apple strudel with vanilla sauce. What do we think? How does this all look?
Okay, is this not very picturesque? Hello, look at my bird friends. I have had this before. What's the name again? Schinkennudeln. And it's pasta gratin with ham, onions, and cheese. So it's like a potato casserole, but with pasta instead of potato. I remembered liking it more. I thought it would taste kind of like a Cracker Barrel hash brown casserole, but with pasta. But to be honest, instead, it just kind of tastes like Hamburger Helper. And I don't even know if they have Hamburger Helper in Germany. There is a slight ham flavor, a slight onion flavor, but to be honest, it just has more of a milky, plain, eggy flavor to it with a blob of cheese on top. So it's like really plain pasta. Anyways, it is time for the bratwurst. Now, it is a brat summer. I mean, it's a bratwurst summer. Thank you, Charlie XCX. I am glad that the mustard is in dippable form because pretzel rolls can be quite dry. So let's try it. Maybe I'm just not a pretzel roll person. I'm just not a fan of tasteless dry bread, but I really love the bratwurst. It does not taste like any old sausage. It has a very strong thyme flavor, hearty ground beef texture, perfectly meaty, very flavorful, delicious. I love it. Maybe it really is a bratwurst summer and it's gonna be a hot dog winter. What am I saying? Anyways, it is time to try the apple strudel. It looks amazing. I love apple anything, and it has a vanilla sauce with it. So sounds pretty scrumdiddlyumptious to me. Let's see. Oh, it's very full. Okay. Okay. Come on. Let's get some vanilla sauce. Don't mind if I do. Oh my gosh. You know, people say you don't have to be perfect, and I agree, we all have flaws, but I do think apple pies have to be perfect, and that is perfection. Oh my gosh. So it tastes like a classic apple pie, but it has more apple than crust, which I typically want more crust, but the apples here are so good. They're very tart, almost sour, and very refreshing and crispy. And then we have the perfect little pie crust happening, and the vanilla sauce tastes like toaster strudel icing, and I'm live, laugh, loving for it. I think this food was very 50-50. I'm giving Germany a 5 out of 10. Yeah. Japan. Okay, so it was about to rain. I was kind of rushing and I forgot to film my actual food. Once again, like I forgot the close-up shot, but it's fine. Anyways, I got the teriyaki chicken bun and the Wagyu sushi, and they also had an eel sushi, which I of course did not get. Girlies, it's a good day. It's raining, but always look at the half cup full. Japan has tables underneath a roof. Let's first try the chicken teriyaki bun. You know, I have to say, I think the filling is a little too sweet. It's very, very rich. And I can only have like one bite of it before I just get kind of sick of it. It actually kind of tastes like Panda Express's orange chicken, and that makes me sound like such an uncultured swine, but it does. It has that same super, super, super icky sweetness that's just too much. But there is a nice teriyaki tang, and the bao bun has a very fluffy texture. It's like I'm eating a Tempur-Pedic pillow, but like in a good way, you know? Now let's try this Wagyu sushi, guys. Wagyu sushi. In case if you don't know, Wagyu is a very expensive beef. Apparently it has like fat marbles in it, and not like actual marbles. It's like marbled with fat, you know? So it has Wagyu beef, Takana Japanese pickles, and spicy mayo sauce. And of course, I think it has some seaweed and some rice. Ooh, guys, I'm literally dripping sweat. It's so hot. Okay, let's try it. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Love the rice, love the seaweed, love the sauce, love the pickles. The Wagyu, it tastes like any old ground beef, which I love ground beef, but it just has an extra grease flavor to it that is really strong, and it kind of took over all the other flavors. They might as well have just put some cheap ground beef on it, because I think it would have tasted a lot better without that grease flavor. It's just very strong. Now, the rice has a great texture, the pickles are nice and tangy, and the spicy mayo is spicy mayoing. So yeah, I'm gonna have to give Japan, I think, a 4 out of 10. Yeah, I'm sorry. Refreshment Port, a boot. So this is basically like next to Canada, and the food is kind of Canadian too. So this is kind of like Canada's booth 2.0, right? It's like the next version. Anyways, I got the braised beef poutine. Now they do have like normal poutine, but that's not a festival item, so I skipped it, and I've had it before. Okay, girlies, this is the final like filming session of my video. We are in the home stretch. I think we've tried like 70 some items so far, but this is probably one of the biggest. You know what they say, everything's bigger in Canada and Texas. That's the full quote. I have had their main poutine, and it slayed me, and that was just gravy, cheese curds, and buttery flaky fries. So I am not ready for this gherkin relish braised beef moment. Wait, what else is on it? Braised beef, boursin, garlic, and fine herb cheese sauce. You guys know I love that blob of butter in the Canada area with the mashed potatoes. I think I ate the whole scoop of butter, which is kind of fierce, but this is a cheese sauce version, plus cheese curds and gherkin relish. Okay, let's get some of everything. I'm nervous. There's a lot of people watching, so I'm trying not to make a scene, girlies, but I want to scream. Is that a mushroom? No. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna pause, and I'm gonna let future editing Timmy tell you my full thoughts, because currently I feel insecure expressing them. Timmy, we've talked about this. I really don't appreciate it when you try to tell me what to do. It makes me want to do the opposite. So I'm not gonna tell them how you felt. Even though your taste buds were levitating into the sky and they've never felt this kind of joy, I'm not telling them anything. The beef is so tender. It's just the perfect shred of beef, and it's lean. The fries are perfectly crispy. The cheese curds add a nice chewiness. The gherkin relish adds a little bit of sweetness. This is what the big man upstairs serves to the people that get in, okay? The good people like me. That's how good this is. There's a duck. Seems very angry. Oh my goodness. Stop making Disney unmagical. Anyways, all the ingredients are so cohesive. This is incredible. I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. Tangierine Cafe.
I am most likely pronouncing Tangierine Cafe wrong. It's probably not pronounced tangerine, or it is, and I'm completely right. We don't know, actually. Let me know in the comments. This gorgeous cafe basically had some stone-baked Moroccan bread with assorted dips, grilled kebabs. I got the chermoula chicken version. I also got the fried falafel pita, which is a plant-based item, and the pistachio cake as well. Guys, look how beautiful that is. There's a literal painting on the pistachio cake. This is incredible.
Hold on. I'm moving some chairs. Had to use my big man muscles. Let me tell you, I was feeling a little bit tired just because it has been a very long week. A lot of eating, a lot of editing, a lot of filming, a lot of sun. But I'm completely perked up again because the girl at the Tangierine Cafe, like the cashier, first of all, was so beautiful and was so sweet. And she randomly said to me, "You're so pretty." And I was like, "What?" And she was like, "You're so handsome, you're so pretty." And I was like, "No one's ever told me that before." I didn't say that, but I was like, "Thank you. You are too." And truly, she was stunning. And then she was like, "I truly mean it." And I was like, "Me too." I was like, what did I do to deserve this? It was the sweetest thing ever. I can't get over it. Anyways, let's try this bread with this dip. I know this one's hummus. I don't know what the green one is. I don't know what the red one is. But guess what? Life is about exploring and finding out things you don't know. So we're about to find out. Let's first try with the hummus. Love hummus. I think that might rain soon, but girlies, I'm prepared. I brought my poncho. The hummus is beautiful. Tastes very fresh, very garlicky, extremely creamy. Adore it. And the bread itself is like a much crispier pita. It's a lot better than pita. It tastes fresher. Now this red stuff. Ooh. That tastes kind of like a chipotle pepper salsa. It has a very strong like adobo chipotle pepper flavor, super strong, but it's not too spicy. It's oily, it's delicious. And now the green one, very cilantro-y, very limey, bright, fabulous. I love the bread and the dips. Now, here we have a skewer. I have been craving just like a skewer recently because I've been having so many carbs and we all love carbs.
But sometimes as a man, I don't even need the bread. I don't need the rice. I just want the meat.
Now, it seems to have some sort of a mayonnaise sauce on it and then a salad, which we will try in a second. Let me just first try the chicken. I know I said this looks like mayonnaise. I just didn't know that it actually was like full mayonnaise. It tastes like really strong flavored almonds. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't mind mayonnaise like on a sandwich or like mixed into things, but when there's a big drizzle of mayo, I don't know if it's my thing. Now, maybe if the chicken had more flavor, it would have distracted from the mayo, but honestly, it tastes like really plain grilled chicken. I can't really taste any seasonings, which is very shocking. But it is cooked well, it's nice and juicy. So there's that. Now let's try the salad. It has chickpeas, raisins, carrots. Okay. It's a little sweet, kind of nutty. I think there's nuts in there. I like it more than the chicken. Let's just say that. Anyways, I'm gonna go back and get the other two items now. I think this might be the prettiest dessert I've ever seen in my life. I feel like if Picasso was here with us today, he would say, "You can't eat a painting." And then he'll see me eat this and he'll say, "I was wrong about it all." But let's first try this falafel pita. Now, if you haven't had falafel, it's basically like sort of like a hush puppy, but it's made with chickpeas instead of whatever hush puppies are. Flour and yeast? I don't know. It also has tahini and cucumbers and tomato.
Oh my gosh.
I did not expect to like that much. I thought it would be dry because it's like pita with the falafel, but it's not dry at all. Like the falafel is almost like doughy and like kind of wet, but it's so crispy on the outside. It has such a beautiful seasoned flavor on the inside. The tahini adds so much saltiness, and then tomatoes and cucumbers add that refreshingness, the tangerineness, you know? Now, the pita itself to me does taste like a store-bought Publix pita, which is not a good thing. I don't eat those. And I'm not saying that in a way of like, oh, I'm too good to eat those. No, I eat trash, literal trash. I just don't like the way they taste because they don't taste good. They taste like a factory, and this kind of tastes like a factory, but the fillings are incredible. So I still recommend this. Now it's time for the pistachio cake, guys. You don't know how much I adore pistachios. I will eat pistachio anything. Pistachio pudding, pistachio meatloaf, pistachio anything. Ooh. Oh, it's dense. Oh my goodness. Let me try this disc. I really can't stop. Come on, pistachio shell. You better keep cracking. Wait, what's the commercial with the pistachio shells? What's the slogan? Wasn't Snooki in that commercial? I don't even know. Is there a bee? Never mind, it was a squirrel. The thing about this pistachio cake is it's barely sweet. Therefore, I could eat 10 of these and not get icked out by the sweetness. I would say it has the amount of sweetness as like cornbread, but instead of corn, it's pistachios. It is dense, but it's also simultaneously fluffy, which probably doesn't make sense to you, but it makes sense to me. I can comprehend concepts that are not understood by people that don't understand space and time. Exactly. The color somehow made it even more delicious. That topping was almost like a creamy, custardy pudding type stuff, and it really went so well with the simple cake. And then the chocolate disc just tastes like classic chocolate, but it's much prettier. It's America's Next Top chunk of dessert. Overall though, I think I'm giving Tangierine Cafe a 7 out of 10 because I love the bread, did not like the skewer, love the falafel, and love the cake. Iconic. Spain.
So Spain only has 2 items, and one of them is paella, which is basically a seafood casserole extravaganza. So I skipped that, obviously, and I just got the Spanish charcuterie, which has cheese, bread, some like tomato paste stuff, and a big piece of meat as well.
Now, what kind of cheese is this? Ooh, earthy. It's jamon, manchego, and pan con tomate. So I'm thinking that the pan con tomate is the bread with the tomato sauce on it because Panera bread means pan, hello. And then the jamon must be the piece of pig and the manchego must be the cheese. Okay. I think that's pig. I don't know what that is, but it looks like pig to me. Ooh, it's a nice face mask. Just gonna put that there and a piece of fromage. Come on, fromage. I don't want that much cheese. Hold on. Okay, let's just do this. Well, look out. Oh wow, it's scrumptious. Tastes like a Lunchable. Every part of that is fantastic. The bread is extremely crunchy, yet very light and airy. It's full of air bubbles and oxygen. And then the meat has like sort of like a pancetta flavor. It is a little bit chewy, but I think it's supposed to be. And the cheese is also very salty. It's almost like a white cheddar ×5. And then the tomato sauce is my favorite part. It's very refreshing. It really brings the whole thing to life and brings everything together. Fantastic charcuterie. I'm giving Spain a very strong 9 out of 10. Yes. Mexico, the last one.
I can't believe we've made it this far, guys. I can't believe we've eaten this many things. I'm shook. Mexico has 3 items, and one of them is a shrimp tostada, so I skipped that. But I did get the barbacoa flauta and the pan de elote, which is basically like a cornbread dessert type situation. So what do we think? Oh my gosh, guys, this is it. This is it.
Girlies, this is it. This is the final taste test. This is probably gonna be my longest video ever. If you watched the whole thing, you are that girl. And just know I appreciate you so much and you're literally supporting my career. If you made it this far, leave a comment saying which booth looked the best to you, okay? That way I will know who's a true friend. Anyways, let's do some twirls. This is a celebration of all the food that we ate and digested. Let's try this barbacoa flauta. Now, you guys know I love barbacoa. It is my go-to meat at Chipotle, which is probably very authentic. I'm being sarcastic in case you didn't catch that. It's probably not authentic, but this might be, I don't know. So let's see. It also has some sort of crema and lettuce and salsa. Ooh. Oh my goodness, that is beautiful. What a wonderful ending. It tastes like a flauta meets a tamale because it's gotten kind of soggy on the edges, which I actually like. And it has that tamale corn mushy flavor that I love so much. The barbacoa meat honestly tastes a lot more homemade than Chipotle's. No offense, Chipotle. But maybe you should think about making that at home and then bringing it to the store. Maybe you should. It has so much flavor. I can taste a little bit of cinnamon, cumin, chili powder. The green salsa adds that limey kick. Now it's time for this. I forget the name. What was it? Pan de elote, traditional Mexican cornbread topped with chocolate sauce and queso fresco. So it sounds like it's sort of like a dessert, but also not because it has queso fresco on it, you know? You guys know I love any kind of cornbread, so I'm ready to try this creation right here. This is fantastic. I just have one issue. Let me get it out of the way. So it is giving full dessert. I can't even taste like the queso fresco. It tastes like a sweet corn cake with chocolate sauce, which is just delicious. My one issue is the texture because there's pieces of corn within the cake. And I'm typically fine with that when it comes to cornbread, right? But because this is giving dessert, having corn textures in there is kind of throwing me off just a little bit, but flavor-wise, it's incredible. The chocolate sauce is almost milky and it's almost like refreshing. It's deliciously, perfectly sweet. The wickedly talented Pani Loti. And then the corn cake has the most perfect sweet, salty corn flavor, and it goes so well with the chocolate sauce. I just don't love the texture. But guys, I think I'm giving Mexico a very strong 9 out of 10. Almost perfect. I loved it so much. The challenge is officially over. I tried everything I could possibly try besides seafood, which doesn't even count as food, to be honest, because it's Ariel's friends. Hello. It has been a very hectic, stressful, hot, crowded, but super amazingly fun, memorable week. And I'm so grateful to have experienced it with all of you. We are doing this again next year for sure. And hopefully for the Flowers and Garden Festival and the Holiday Festival and all the different festivals. I mean, if you want that, let me know. Is that something in my beard? No, that's just white hair. It's okay. I can be a salt and pepper zaddy. Remember, you're making Disney unmagical, but also I love you. I'll see you guys next video. Bye.